what 7 knots looks like. The hydrovane didn't really have enough power to deal with the squalls that we have in the morning. It's not really a squall, you know, it's just a band of surface pressure changing around the earth with dusk and dawn, so I'm going to be on watch at those times. I thought I'd let the water helm give him a hand, and it's doing great. Been 7.4 knots, 6.7. I think the wind's dying down a bit now though. Check the mousing on the fore halyard today, because I'm sort of 90% sure that I'd put mousing on the fore halyard. I'm not so sure that I would wager climbing up the mast at sea against it. So I'll do that today. That was 30 knots of wind or so that's why we got over 7 knots. But we can be doing like over 6 most of the time if we have a reasonable amount of wind and a reasonable amount of sail. And that's just a matter of me having confidence that I can, in the rig really, that I'm not going to break anything. And you might think with the hydrovane problem yesterday that hurt my confidence, but my temporary repair is the problem's identified and rectified, So the fore halyard is what I want to do next. I can get it down to 2 paddles, and then I'll at least be able to see. And I'll put both autopilots on to try and keep me heading downwind while I'm doing all that, just do it slowly. And if I really do have to stop, then I will do. Hopefully the autopilots will still manage to keep me on a reasonable course. If not, they'll put me back on course once I get the sail up, so that'll make life a lot easier. But yeah, the auto helm really, with it can only manage 6 hours, I would say, on a full charge of batteries. And if you don't remember from previous episodes, my house battery died, and I've only got the 105 amp starter battery now, 3 100 watt solar panels. So that's better than nothing, but I can't be using it all the time. So after this morning breeze dies down, then we shall let the batteries charge a bit, so I've got enough power for that manoeuvre. Let it get a bit warmer, so I'm not freezing out on deck. And I've got warmer clothes, but that means getting wet, salty clothes. I'd rather get wet, salty me and then rinse myself off than have to deal with wet, salty clothes. So, yeah, I'll let you enjoy the dawn for a few minutes, and then I'm going to go. So enjoy. So I lowered the sail down halfway, and as far as I can see there's mounting on the halyard. So yeah, but there's some chafe on the stitches of quite a few of the batten pockets. It seems to be just where it's rubbing on the topping lifts. Have to be a complete failure for the whole pocket before it really became a problem, but I think there will be it's too much to fix the sea reasonably, you know, like if it breaks then I'm just going to have to stop for a couple of days and fix it. There's nothing else for it, you know, maybe a day if I'm working all day, but it would be a fucking shitty day. But yeah, my best bet, I think, is to be a little bit conservative and to not mess around with the sails too much, don't tack and stuff too much, so don't create extra friction there. So I might continue. I've been thinking now, you know, when to follow the wind south. And like I was planning to, but all things considered, maybe it's better that I'm going on my current heading, which is just slightly south, so I still get a little bit more wind. Then if shit does go wrong, then I'll be in 15 knots and not 25 knots, and it'll be a bit more pleasant to fix it. I've got to balance that with wanting to get there sooner, so yeah, something's got to be done about that in future. Some anti-chafe on the top of the lifts themselves, and maybe the batten pockets need to be rethought in some way with some webbing reinforcement just along the areas where they can chafe on the top of lifts. I think that'll probably be the plan. So that's a significant job, but not very expensive. Yeah. Right, so no drama, and we'll just keep going. Bye-bye. So we've got some sun for a change, as you can probably hear from this morning, and now I feel a lot more awake and comfortable. finally got my sea legs basically. I had potato, well I made, there was 3 chorizos, little chorizo sausages, there's like 7 in a pack, and I had that fried with onions, and some tomato puree, a bit of water to thin the puree down, pepper, chili, salt, and so I made like a sauce with that. And then I had the powdered potato, which you make with milk. And yeah, that's going to make like, it's made 1 meal already, maybe another 2. So that's really pretty good. But I'm not too worried about this chafe on the batten pockets. It's, I've always found chafe there, like basically chafe through and undone stitches after sailing. And it's in exactly those places where it touches the topping lifts. So yeah, you know, it's a bit of a worry, but it's not something that can't be fixed. If one goes, then I still have 1 panel reefed, so I can lash that together. And if more go, then, well, I'm just going to have to take it down and do some sewing, aren't I, you know? So, but there's a lot of stitching that would have to come undone for it to be a catastrophe. So, yeah. I'm not going to go out and stop the ship and do sewing on deck needlessly, you know. So, but I'm also going to be a little bit more well, you know, I've been fairly conservative. I'm going to continue being conservative, also avoid accidental jibes, anything that could make that chafe worse, because at the moment it's just kind of all rigged and see much of that with the sun behind it, but yeah, I mean, it's a very nice shape now, you know, like the various improvements I've made have really got the shape very nice, at least on this point of sail, and it's not bouncing around against this ropes, it's all just like stuck there, you know, it's doing its job. So we're going to worry about that if it becomes a problem. And right now I've been enjoying a bit of music for the first time. Yeah, still generally doing stuff for an hour, keeping watch or cleaning or cooking. Yeah, I fixed the dodger here just with some ugly straight stitches, the best I could do. Ripped open from where I kept touching it when I go out on deck, and but if it keeps the water out, it's fine, so that's what I did that stitching for.